just got an awesome email from somebody, and I want to share it with you. But I want you to know and understand this email is going to help prove that it doesn't matter what you got going on. I get a lot of emails from folks saying, hey, I got this situation, I can't move because of this, or I can't do it because of that. And let me tell you something, it ain't easy. None of it is easy. Some people have it easier, but if you're like most, we all have our challenges and difficulties and things or obstacles that seem like it can stop us from getting. And it may take longer for you to make that move or that transition, but it's all possible. You might have to wait a little longer, might have to plan a little longer, might have to work a little longer. But if you come up with a plan and you work it out, things can fall in place. There's a better life on the other side. And I'm not saying that you have to move abroad to have a better life, because you can make it work wherever you are in terms of the quality of life that you can have. But it's going to require you just to have some honest conversations, some honest truths with yourself. You're going to have to go face that person in the mirror and just have a frank, honest talk. Also, and I don't talk about this a lot, but you know, much of the situations that we find ourselves in, we made them up. We created the situation for ourselves. But the beauty is there's a new day tomorrow, and that day is a new start. You don't have to continue down the same old path. But like I say, some of the choices you're gonna have to make, it's gonna be uncomfortable. There was somebody I was speaking to maybe about a year ago. They packed up all their stuff, they sold everything, packed up the rest, and they moved in their mother-in-law house. The whole family, three kids, 4 kids. The husband and the wife, they moved to his wife's house, mama house. Stayed down in the basement. Stayed down there for a year. Now, how much more uncomfortable could you get moving back in with your mother-in-law, and folks looking, and these were grown folk. These weren't no 22-year-old, 23-year-old new couple. These were older folks, but they were like, Cortez, we got some goals. We got some plans, and we figured that if we could move into my wife's house, mama's house, we could save all this money. And we didn't care what our folks think, our friends thought. This was for us. And they packed up and went up in that, stayed in that house. Now that's uncomfortable. Like I said, it won't be easy. It's gonna be difficult. So you gotta swallow your pride. Somebody else sold their car. You know what I mean? You have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Now a year later, he said it's worth it. It was worth it. So you gotta ask yourself what you're willing to pay, because there could be some solutions. You might not like it. But anyhow, before I read this email, happy Father's Day. Today's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. You know, I miss my dad. My dad, man, I'm telling you, he was awesome. You used to talk to him every day on the phone, call him at his job. He was a principal. And he, you know, every day he would call and say, hey, Carl, give me an idea for a business. Give me an idea for a business. I give him one every day of the week. And he'll find a reason not to do it. You know what I mean? Or he'll be on the edge ready to do it. He say, yeah, okay, I think I'm ready. And then the next day, like, no, I'm going to go back to this job. And he was one of those who believed in the system, working for the man, worked 20 years, because he retired 20 years out of the Army, and then went into the school system and worked his way up from a teacher to assistant principal to principal, and was about 6 months shy of retirement, and walked into the hospital and came out, they diagnosed him with pancreatic cancer, and 4.5 months later he was gone, just like that. You know, we always clashed that how I did things in terms of moving and working for myself and quitting my jobs way, and we talking 20 plus years ago. For him, he thought it was child abuse and neglect to not have a steady job with 5 children. And my argument was, I can't afford to raise these kids, 5 children, a family of 7, working a traditional 9 to 5. And so for me, it was like, I gotta start a business. That's the only way I can support and live a comfortable life. And that's the route I went. So he thought it was neglectful and irresponsible not to have a traditional job. And so we always clashed. But toward the end, prior to him getting sick, the last 2-3 years, before he got sick, he was starting to see the light. He was like, man, you don't got no worries. You just look like you make this stuff look so easy. He's like, man, the biggest problem you're gonna have is your kids thinking it's gonna be easy, that they can just get up and do whatever they want, and because they just gonna think it's gonna be easy. And he was right about that. You know what I mean? My kids are like, they got traditional jobs, my 2 older ones, and it's like, I didn't realize I had to check in and see if I can take time off or get permission to go get married, or to get permission to take off work, get permission to have vacations. And when we was little, we would just wake up in the morning and we just go. You didn't have to check in with anybody. We just went. And so they assumed that things would be that easy, and that once they started to try to start their own business, they felt that they could just do it and things would happen. But they didn't see me working from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning while they were asleep. I was up working because that was the only time of night where I had some peace to be able to sit at my computer and do my thing. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking about a lot of these things with my dad on days like this, you know what I'm saying? Miss those conversations and stuff. On his deathbed, last thing he said to me was, hey man, you was doing it right. Keep doing what you're doing. Enjoy life. Enjoy your family. Because at that moment he realized that he wouldn't be able to take my mom traveling around the world like they oftentimes dreamed about and talked about. Kept putting it off until they got to the end and said, when we retire, when the kids are gone, when we retire, then we'll go out and travel the world. And missed it. You know what I mean? And I think that hurt his feelings more than anything, believing that he played the game the right way. Go to school, get an education, get a good job, work, retire, and then travel and live a life. When in reality, he should have been living in the moment, living then, not waiting on us to become adults, not waiting on themselves to retire, but living now. And that's the one thing he saw with me. You're living. Although he thought I was irresponsible, for him it was like, you doing what you want. Taking your kids around, you're showing them the world, doing it your way, not having to punch the clock, having fun, and just, in his mind, just this wild lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So, anyhow, happy Father's Day. Let me read this email because it was a good one. I like this one, and I'll just call her Miss Cobb. I'm not going to say her first name because she put some stuff in here that might identify her. Not too much, but happy Father's Day, Cortez. It is with deep gratitude, and I appreciate this email. Thank you very much. Messages like this remind me of the work that we're doing, that is appreciated, and thank you. I appreciate it. It is with deep gratitude and my privilege to say Happy Father's Day to an individual who has served so many, giving us the hardest life lessons, truths, the inspirations, the laughter, the ebbs and flow, the marriage, metadata, and beyond. And she got a lot of laughing emojis. I understand that in order for me to obtain my new life, I must let go of everything pertaining to my old life. My thinking, my habits, my fear, and just walk. It is because of you and videos with Tia Nikki, that demonstrated that we all could do it. Even more so, I still had doubts until you showed the beautiful soul with the disability from the stroke, and the one who had the nurse, and then the beautiful souls living in the van, and so graciously shared her story of living on Social Security. Like I say, folks come from all aspects, all walks of life. Everybody can have a reason as to why they can't come, but you got to fight through it. Let me jump back to it. It was these videos that gave me hope while in severe pain, waiting an entire year for income, then walking through blindness. Each week, you gave us a video that matched our life story and calming the fear. Even with respect to illness, you revealed your own and your daughter's. It was not until then that I saw the dis-ease. The word disease broken down is dis-ease. She kind of broke it up. It was not until then that I saw the dis-ease in myself as now my superpower. So my focus while in Mexico is to rest, relax, and perhaps heal. Later in October, my only purpose will be to serve others so they can heal. On this Father's Day, I must take time to say I am grateful for your life, your presence in this earth realm, and the work of Move Abroad and Thrive. I understand that you are an introvert, no worries. I just wanted to thank you, and perhaps if either provide a donation or a dinner, even if we don't meet. I want you to know that my scouting trip, I won't be scouting, probably resting and getting the feel and lay of the land. My goal is to move permanently in October. Blank blank, somebody's name, shared that you are assisting her with developing her business, and on July 20th, I would like to pay the blank blank fee for you to assist me with launching something. Well, I will send another email with everything before Friday. Just wanted to say thank you for what you do on this Father's Day. And even if we don't meet, I'm going to send a donation for a margarita. Margaritas are welcome. Well, actually, I've been trying all these diets and decided to kind of go back to my plant-based roots. And I start that tomorrow. So I'm going to have to find something else. But I think if I eat right and do right, I probably could treat myself to a margarita maybe once a week for maybe a month and then cut that out altogether. So I'm not going to turn down any margaritas. Maybe some vegan tacos or something. I am embracing this journey with so much gratefulness and joy that I create my new life. Waiting for your next pool masterclass on life lessons in Merida. Sending love to you, Angel and Robert, on Father's Day. 3 amigos. Sending love to Kim and your girls. We'll send email this week. Thank you, Miss Cobb. I appreciate your kind words. And y'all, listen. This is a lady. Like many of y'all probably have issues, fears, concerns, doubts, obstacles, roadblocks that might seem like it's keeping you away, but you just gotta push through it, gotta work through it, gotta plan through it. There is a way. You might have to lock yourself up in a room for a month, for 4 hours every day, and jot down some ideas, but you can find a way. Like that family went in and lived with the in-laws. It takes a lot as a man to say, all right, we're going to give up everything we got. We're going to move in with my mother-in-law, and we're going to stay there for a year, save our money, and get a plan, find a whole new career, find some remote jobs so that we can do this. And that ain't easy. But he was determined to have more. So there's a way. It just requires you to get real creative. I promise you, there are folks here that got houses, I'm not saying that this is a way. I'm just sharing what I know. There are folks here that got a house. They bought it. It's paid for. They living here by themselves, and they bored out their mind. Nobody to talk to. No doubt in my mind that some of these folks will rent out that other room for next to nothing and just have the company. You know what I mean? It's gonna require you to get creative, think, be open to limitless amount of possibilities. You can't let your own thoughts and beliefs and ideas get in your own head and tell you that it's impossible, that it won't work. You gotta be wide open or you would just miss it. You would miss it. I'm gonna show you this on my computer. So I'm looking for a place for a young lady on very limited income, already have a visa, and check this out. She like, Cortez, my budget is about $300 to $400 a month. So this person here has a house and they have a casita in the back. So there's a private entrance. You come in through the gate and you walk back to this little building. It's small. She's like, look, I don't need a lot of space. I just want something that's small. So it has a bedroom, has the air conditioning in there, bed. That's it from another angle. A little bathroom there. A little tiny kitchen. Yeah, it's tight. Now I ain't saying, again, I told you it ain't easy. But this lady, her budget, $300 to $400. She's trying to stay in that range. And now small, again, it's not big, it's not grand, but it's private. She has her own bathroom, and this is the main house. You come in through this side gate and she can get to that other building that's behind it. So it's on somebody else's property, so she's not by herself. This is the standalone in the back. So looking at this, all right, comfortable studio in Montebello with private entrance. Comes with double bed, private bathroom with closet, refrigerator, microwave, 2-burner electric stove, utensils in the kitchen, includes water, because you know here everybody get the water, potable water, electricity, internet. They come in there and they clean the place once a week. The rent is 6,500 pesos a month. What is 6,500 pesos as of today's exchange? 6,500 pesos is $351 a month. That's what she will pay for that. That includes the electricity, so her bills won't be going up and down. They thought the electricity is included in it, all of that. So now it's a little tight, but hey, she's like, hey, I need my own space. I don't need a whole lot of space. I just need my rent to be cheaper. I can save some money. I can travel back and forth, go back and forth, visit home when I get ready to visit the grandkids and stuff like that. Now, it's not grand. Now, if you want grand, you can get grand. This lady not looking for grand. She probably done already had all that before. And right now, they want to have more income left to go do more things that's important to her at the end of the month. 6,500 pesos a month. That includes everything. Internet, electricity included in that, water included in that. And Montebello is an upscale neighborhood. She's making it work. Remember, I tell you, want to make some decisions. Make some decisions. And she's making a decision. She's like, I work with a small place. So it's all possible. It's all doable. This is real. You can do this. You just gotta put a plan together and work the plan and stick to the plan and have some options, man. One of the things that most folks are surprised about when they get here is that a lot of the stuff that they used to do back home, they're surprised that a lot of it they can do here. You got options. If you're struggling back in the States, due to shortage of income, the retirement income is not as strong as your working income, and you're just trying to make it, there's some options. But you're going to have to make it work. You're going to have to work it out. So that's it. I don't got much to say. I just say thank you for the kind words. I appreciate all you all support, and I look forward to meeting y'all. Let me know if you need anything. If you're not a member of our VIP, check it out, moveabroadandthrive.com/VIP. If you're looking for a way to make money online, supplement your income, check out my other site, carterross.com. We're about to be putting out a program in the next, probably this week, actually. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.